Welcome to the Edge Market Update for October 11th, 2024, and we had an October USDA report today. They did update the U.S. corn yield estimates to 183.8 bushels to the acre, and soybean yields were dropped just a touch to 53.1 bushels per acre. Ending stocks did not change, mostly unchanged on the day for that. The 10-day forecast for Brazil remains pretty favorable, and soybeans should get planted at this pace down there. So that did weigh on commodities a touch this week, but dry weather is expected to remain across the Midwest, and we should advance through harvest here pretty quickly. I know locally here the soybean crop has gone through very fast here, it seems like, and things are very dry. But without a Brazilian weather scare, rallies continue to be for selling here in the short term as we enter in to the latter part of harvest as we keep moving forward. But we'll go ahead and get started with the December corn futures. Today we closed at 416, and we did trend lower this week, and we lost some pretty decent support levels. Last week we had a few different days we had some sell signals. Technicals were getting strong. We saw the RSI was very strong here for a few days. We saw money flows were also very strong here, and we sent out some sell signals because we were at huge resistance levels here in the long term. We had the year-to-date volume weighted average price. We had the declining 100-day moving average and a declining 250-day moving average, and price tried to fight through that area but just could not have a weekly close above there, and so it was time for that price to cool off, and that's exactly what we did this week. We declined and closed just below the 20-day moving average at 416. So for next week, I would really like to see us, if we do see more downside, we have to hold the 50-day moving average and also the volume weighted average price from the July crop report, and that's coming in right at about 408 to 410. So that is huge support next week for corn, and if we do fail below there, we may have some more support at that 403 area, and if that fails, we could be on our way to test the August lows. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I really think we should see some support in that area if we do test it. But if we do get it back above the 20-day moving average, the levels we have to take out are the 5-day and the 100-day, which sit at $4.24. But really stiff resistance remains in that 428 to 434 range. And if we do get back up there and you are hauling corn in, might not be a bad time to make some sales and reduce your physical risk, and then you could potentially manage that risk on paper later if we do break above that level, which would be great. Moving on to November soybeans, we closed the week at $10.05, and again we trended lower here. We did send out a couple soft sell signals about a week and a half ago. Didn't quite get up to the 100-day and 250-day moving averages, but we did get back to prior resistance here, and that was formed in late July. So we did have a pretty bad close today. After the USDA report was released, we closed below the 50-day moving average, and if we don't get any support here at that 996 level, we could be in jeopardy of falling to the August lows. So I did not like that close on November beans. Ideally, we do recover that 50-day moving average next week. That's trading at $10.10. And then above there, we have some more resistance we could get back above in that 10.15 to 10.20 range. The next level above that would be the 10.30 range. Ultimately, I would have liked to see this long-term level traded. We almost did back in late September, but really that 10.70 to 10.75 range, I think, would be a great time to sell some soybeans if we had the opportunity. But a lot of those beans are getting taken out, and we're going to have decisions here to make on whether to drop them into storage and take action in a brokerage account, or if you want to hold on to them and wait till that time arrives. But in the short term, did not like that close and would be wary of more downside here in the coming days if we can't get a close above that 10.10 to 10.15 range here shortly. So with that being said, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. We did have quite a few soybean claims submitted this week. It seems like late May soybeans have been poor compared to what the earlier planted beans were. So if you do think you might have a yield loss or you're close, please give me a call. We need to go over that. And if you're close, we do want to get a claim submitted so that we can get you paid when the harvest price is set. The harvest price through today is $4.25 for corn and $10.35 for soybeans for the harvest price on the crop insurance side. That price will be set at the end of October. If you have any questions, reach out. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend.